What's up, haters? We're back for another episode after taking a week off. A lot's happened. CM Punk has become CM Punk and doing CM Punk things. The Rock makes Cody bleed. And then you know the rest. Watch the shows. Say hi to the podcast. And tonight, I reveal a dark, dark secret of my own. Mania predictions and many more. Beans and chili, do they belong or not? Anyways, here's a Hall of Famer to introduce us. Our show's better than yours. Don't do drugs.
Yo, monkeys, it's me. It's DDP. That's right, Diamond Dallas Page, the king of bada bing, the master of the diamond cutter, the three-time world champion, WWE Hall of Famer, and founder and CEO of DDP Yoga. And baby, it is time for the Towers of Powers, the men of the hour. I'm talking about my main men, the men with the plan. I'm talking about Whisky Pro and the Brews, baby. And we're bringing you the best in beerskis and whiskeys from the greatest city in the world, Dallas, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, can you dig that, baby? These guys are going to make you boys feel the bang. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
Whoops. I like the intro so much, I'm going to start it again.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Oh, dude, how the hell are you?
No complaints, man. What about you?
I feel like it's been forever since we talked, and I know we talk, or at least we text almost daily, if not every other day, and it has just been crazy around here. We had the holiday come up, we had Easter, and we were doing our own thing around here, trying to clean up house, trying to do this, trying to do that. I work this Saturday. We've got Wrestlemania this week. We're trying to make it out Sunday to the Crawfish Boil at Denton County Brewing. If you haven't already, Denton County Brewing this Sunday, I believe, is having a crawfish boil. So check them out. Facebook, Twitter.
It sells out fast.
Oh, you have to buy it.
From my understanding, yeah.
Oh, snap.
Let me open up their Twitter.
We're doing this in real time, folks. Stay tuned.
Why is this not coming up? What the hell? Okay.
It's that slow internet speed from Spectrum.
Shit. I don't have Spectrum anymore, and it's still kind of going slow.
Frontier?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm on the 2.5 gig, but
I've got fiber cable optic cyclotitis. That one.
Okay, so
That's
here it is. So we have the Crawfish Boil Day at Denton County Brewery. Says looks like it will sell out early this year, so come early or pre-purchase and save online. It has the link right here. Boiling at 11:30 a.m.
Oof. They starting early.
They're starting early.
Oh, okay. All right. I respect it. Well, 11:30. Babe, 11:30. Crawfish boil in Denton County. Yeah, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, like I said, busy plan. Real quick, I want to touch on something. I haven't really talked to you about it, but a lot of people are probably noticing that I'm pretty quiet on our social medias as of late. Got some personal things going on in the works. I'm trying to still clear of all that until things get cleared up. Some legal issues. We'll stay out of it. But no, I'm not going to jail. No, I don't have a warrant out for my arrest. No, I didn't help OJ. Nothing like that. But until things kind of, is over, I'm keeping it pretty quiet on the socials for now. So Just get that out of the way. But I post when I can, what I can, and stuff like that. So there you go. That being said, man, it's been a wild and crazy couple of weeks with wrestling. We're gonna get to that in a minute because I'm drinking from 903 Brewery, one of your favorite breweries. Now, I'll be really honest. I've been pretty harsh on 903 because the few beers I've had from there, they haven't really hit with me. I'm not a dark beer guy. We know this. I'm a sour guy. I'm a Berliner. What is it called?
Berliner.
Berliner Weiss, however you pronounce it. I'm a sour guy. That's just my thing. That's my gig. That's my chill. So I saw this today at Kroger, and I was like, you know what? I got to pick it up. And the first two sips was like, oh man, it's basically, you called it a sour lemon head. It's a lemon head beer is essentially what it is. And not to take anything away from 903. The first kind of sips kind of got me a little tart, little tangy. But the more I drank it, I was like, okay. That palate starts to get, a little more settled in. And I think that's the problem with I think craft beer gets a bad name because I feel like somebody takes one sip of that beer and their palate's not used to it. They're not used to those flavors. They're not used to those hops. They're not used to that yeast. And it's like, ooh, what the hell is this? But the longer you sip on it, the more you drink it a little bit, kind of relaxes, and it gets easier to drink, I think, for the most part. And I'm the world's worst. Like, I still catch myself now. I'll take a sip of one beer and I'm like, nope, not drinking that no more. So fun hobby to get into, but expensive as hell. But this beer is actually not too bad. I'm actually almost finished with it. I got another one in my little mini fridge here. It's my butter container with ice with a beer in it. So, but yeah, man. What you drinking tonight? You drinking anything, or are we playing?
No, I'm running it, kind of clean tonight.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
I might open up that whiskey, but I was kind of saving that for tomorrow. I want to do a little video about it.
Okay, cool deal. Good deal. Well,
you haven't seen it, have you? The Irish whiskey?
Yeah, you showed it to me. Send me a picture of it.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick, so one of Jen's old coworkers, so their office is out in Addison. He had a work permit to stay in the States for a little bit, right? He is from I think it's called Cork, Ireland, or West Cork, Ireland.
Okay.
And the distillery is literally like a few blocks away from where he is.
Oh, nice.
And he kept always suggesting, hey, you need to try out this whiskey. It's really, really good, whatever. Total Wine never has it. I managed to find it at Goody Goody. So nice. I am saving it until either tomorrow or this week and open it up.
Very good. I'm fixing to crack open my second one here. It's a Mango Cart Mango Wheat Ale from Golden Road Brewing. I don't know where they're out of. Oh, and 903 was a 5.5 alcohol by volume, and apparently it pairs well with salmon Caesar salad, lavender cream brulee, and paper planes.
What the hell?
Yeah, right. So this one is a Mango Cart Mango Wheat Ale. I don't know much about ales. I don't know if I'm going to like this one or not. I'm a little hesitant. I'm not going to lie. So I don't really know this brewery either.
What's the name of it again?
Ooh. It is Mango Cart Mango Wheat Ale. It's Golden Road Brewing.
How is it?
Fruity.
Golden Road. They're out in Anaheim, California. Okay.
Hey, babe, you want to come try this? It's not bad. It's a little fruity, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle. This tastes almost like a Long Island iced tea. That's the best way I know how to describe this.
Yeah, I can see that considering it's a wheat ale. Yeah.
Pretty smooth. Not bad. Not bad. She even approved. That's pretty good. Okay, good deal. So I'm looking for the AVB on this one. I'm not really seeing it yet. Okay, so this is a 4%er. Oh man, you get trouble with this one. A 4%er.
The 4%er is very light.
Man, this is good. Wow, I did good on this one. Oh, right. Now we're moving. Now we're talking. All right, so wheat beers and Berliner Weiss. I'm getting up there in the world. I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. So,
Ooh, they have a hazy IPA
ooh,
called Get On Board Hazy IPA. It's a 6.5% ABV.
nice. Yeah, I do have to make another run out to Denton County, and fingers crossed they still have some long time coming because I'm down to my last one again. So,
I have a friend, or he's trying to get. He told me about a new brewery that's opening up out in Plano, or not opening up. It's already opened. They had a grand opening earlier on 1st of March, I believe, or the first couple of days of March, and it's called Voodoo Brewing Company, and they have a beer out there that's named after, or it's inspired by, the song Renegade from Styx. So it's
nice.
heavily inspired by Steelers.
Uh-oh.
Yep. They have a location here in Plano that just opened, and they also have another location out in Pittsburgh.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
well, I'm learning about this whole segue thing. We're gonna segue into that.
Yeah, we've been failing with that.
We're gonna segue right into some dark secrets. So I'm gonna peel back the curtain of whiskey a little bit, or little whiskey, as some people like to say, and we're gonna talk guilty pleasures when it comes to music. Now, here's how this all started. A few nights ago, we were laying in the whiskey cave, as we do at night when we lay our pretty little eyes down to go to sleep, and we were listening to music from the 90s, and it got me to thinking. I was like, man, just hearing some of those old songs, those first couple of riffs, the boy bands, and the Britney Spears and the Whitney Houstons and the Metallicas and the Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup. I mean, the list is endless, right? TLC. And I was like, man, what if we talked about some of like our childhood like favorite songs that we still listen to today? That's how all this kind of got brought up. And one came on today that unlocked a memory for me. Or the other, I should say yesterday. It came on yesterday. It unlocked a memory for me, and I was like, I forgot all about the song. And I'm not a dancer. In case anybody's wondering, I don't dance. If you ever see me dance, it's not me. Arrest that person. They're impersonating me. But man, it was kind of cool to hear it. So, Bruce, I'm going to start with you. Give me some songs that really make you kind of just like they hit home for you. You're like, oh man, maybe one that you might be a little bit embarrassed about. Because I promise you, whichever one you have, I can top it. I promise you. I promise. It's going to shock the world.
God,
I'm going to shock the world. 90s, 80s, just something from your childhood that, when you hear it, you're like, oh my God, yes, I love this song when it came out.
I'm going to have to think of the name. So I have it on my Spotify.
She's too good for my beer now.
Do what?
I said she's too good for my beer now. Rude.
All right,
can I just say, okay, go for it.
No, go for it. Go for
it.
I
was just going to say, it's kind of cool that we have, a podcast where we get to talk about beer and wrestling. And I'm not a big California person. I'm not, sorry, no love lost. But we're in Texas and we're doing a podcast about beer and wrestling, and I'm talking about a beer made in California. That's how far we've come in the world, people. So kind of cool. Just okay. I'm done.
Dude,
Go ahead.
I post drinks from all over the place, man.
Right? So you're a lot more experienced in this ballpark than I am.
So I guess my guilty pleasure. It came out. When did it come out? This doesn't even say. Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride.
Pardon me, folks. I may have to mute myself so we don't get popped.
Yeah, because YouTube's not going to like it. I can't find where it came out, though.
Okay. As soon as it started saying, I was like, duh, break my. Okay, I get it now. I got you. Okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
83.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good song.
But so listen, you remember those little animated voices that I did in the past? So I would sing along every time that song comes on. I would get that high pitched little animated cartoon voice, and I would sing along to it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I had no shame. I don't care.
All right. Well,
I think I know yours now.
Oh, you think so?
I think. You said I was closer with
It's not Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears.
No. I'm thinking Genie in a Bottle by Christina.
Ooh, you're close, but that's not it. But you're really close.
Damn.
You're really close.
When I said Britney, you're like, you're close. I'm like, all right, maybe her. All right, who you got? Lay it on
It's
me.
Christina Aguilera.
What else did she do other than Genie in a Bottle?
Where'd it go?
You talking that Moulin Rouge song?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope. I'm sending it to you now because I want to. I want to see your face when I send this. Nope, I don't want to send that to my boss. The song is Bombshell. Come On Over Baby by Christina Aguilera.
Oh, I know this one. Okay. I didn't realize that was her though.
Yep. I remember that getting played at school dances. And I think I was the only one out of my very small group of friends that liked that song. And I got into a lot of fights over it.
Oh my gosh.
But it was fun, and I love the song, and it's great. And so there's a deep, dark whiskey secret for you.
Oh, trust me, I have more than just Matthew Wilder, man.
But
you should see my Spotify. It's a mix of all sorts of different shit.
So I'm convinced that my Spotify hates me because if you know me at all, and you know that when I like something, I like something.
Right.
And I become a little bit obsessed with it. We'll say. Obviously, everybody knows my number one is Roger Creager. That's a given. Number 2 and number 3 is Foo Fighters, Motley Crue, and number 4 is Ozzy Osbourne. Those are like the 4 or 5 main things that you're going to hear on my Spotify. Oh, Matchbox 20. So that tops out that rounds off my top 5.
That's your Mount Rushmore.
That's more or less.
Okay.
But for some reason, Spotify only plays Roger. It's all it plays all the time, just nonstop. Roger. And I'm like, I've got over 500 songs, and all you play is Roger.
It's the algorithm. It knows what you play more of, or what you tend to go, gravitate to.
Right.
And so even if you have it on shuffle, it's gonna play those songs that you've played over and over again, and always move those to the top of the list.
It's so annoying because there will be days like I'm not in the mood for Roger, believe it or not. And I'm just like, nope, I need some rock. I need something. I need some metal. no, we're gonna play 4 Roger sad songs in a row, and I'm like, just bring the mood down, man. Just bring it down.
I
But
tend to either put on the smart shuffle or I'll go to like one of my favorite songs, and I'll do that the song radio, and it'll just be like 90% of songs that are not in my playlist. I love it.
okay, I might have to try that. So we have a lot to talk about, and I know it's been a week or two since we've been on. Um, we all saw the slap with Cody when he slapped The Rock. And then we saw how The Rock came out and Roman Reigns came out. And then The Rock got a hold of Cody and made him bleed. And then this past Monday, Cody wasn't supposed to be there. And Cody ended up showing up and then getting whooped by The Rock and Roman with a belt again. And look, I do like the storyline. I'm enjoying the storyline. I just feel like we haven't seen enough passion from Cody yet. What I mean by that is it's one thing for him to come out and throw a couple of curse words and go, golly gee whiz, guys, I wish I could kick The Rock's ass. I want something more than that. We saw last Monday night, we saw Cody Rhodes that was beaten and battered and had his blood smeared with a belt on it from Mama Rhodes or whatever it was for his mom, and The Rock saying, look at you now, boy, about 15 times in one segment. Oh my gosh, that was annoying. But I feel like we need to see Cody. Let me back up. I feel like Monday Night Raw and WWE missed out with Cody Rhodes. I want to see Cody Rhodes coming back after an ass beating like that and tearing apart the building looking for The Rock. I want to see a side of Cody that we've never seen before. You want to come out wearing the $10,000 suit, that's fine. By the end of Raw, I want to see you tearing that tie off and throwing the sound guy off the soundboard, off the stage, going after The Rock. You're pissed. He's disrespected your mom. He's made you bleed. He's attacked you. He's embarrassed you. And I feel like we're just getting the same old, just, gee willikers, guys, I need to go after The Rock. And then he gets his ass beat. And then it's rinse, wash, and repeat.
Yeah.
But not all hope is lost, because my first prediction for Saturday, I do think The Rock and Roman win at WrestleMania Night 1. I think some way, somehow, there's too much interference. There's going to be something. Night 2, I think Cody finishes the story. The only way I see it not happening is The Rock turning on Roman. Or if Dustin Rhodes or John Cena or Stone Cold or somebody that has connections with The Rock shows up and steps in. That's the only way I'm glad you said that, because I've even thought that myself. See, we're getting it now.
The whole issue though is, I think I wouldn't go so far as to say too little too late, but I think they could have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier with the whole beatdown on Cody. Because, I mean, think about it. You had the face-to-face in early February is when they did the WrestleMania press conference, right?
Right.
They announced. So you had the first several weeks, basically all of February, talking about each other, and then we had to wait until Friday for Rock. You had Cody talking about The Rock and this and that, talking about the slap on Monday Night Raw, and then we had to wait days later for The Rock to respond on SmackDown. He's like, okay, do this, do that, whatever. You come here and give me your answer. And then we had to wait another week. It was too drawn out. I really think that if they would have involved the ass whooping that Raw gave them last week a lot sooner, then that right there would have maybe intensified things a lot more because you had things brewing. It was a really slow burn throughout the entire month of February and basically most of March. It was boring a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't use the word boring, but it did feel like it dragged on a little bit longer than I would have liked. Excuse me. I don't know. I enjoyed last Monday night or last night's Raw. I did, but I feel like there's been a couple of missteps. I don't know if it was due to writing, maybe it's due to performance. So this part of WrestleMania is really tricky for a lot of reasons. Okay. And again, I'm coming from somebody as a fan, and I'm coming from somebody who wants to get inside of a wrestler's mind and a writer's mind. It's the biggest time of the year, right? So we're supposed to pull out all the stops. We're supposed to, go for broke. We're supposed to do this and do that, and yada, yada, yada. However, how upset do you think fans would have been if Cody would have gotten hurt and could not compete at WrestleMania? What would that have done? How upset would they have been if Gunther would have gotten hurt and couldn't defend the, IC title at WrestleMania, or Rhea Ripley, or take your pick. What's up, Grumpy Grizzly? Thanks for stopping in, man. And so, but my thing is that those last two Raws and SmackDowns are always super tricky, right? Because this SmackDown, it's the SmackDown before WrestleMania. You have the Hall of Fame ceremony going on. So, and then you have Saturday and Sunday, you have WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. So where's that fine line of, do you really want to take that top maneuver and jump off into the crowd? Do you really want to do a double somersault outside the ring ricochet? I mean, it's those, do you really want to have Cody getting whipped with a belt the week of WrestleMania? What if he, breaks a few ribs? There's all kinds of things that could go wrong, can go wrong. But that's the risk. That's the risk with wrestling. I mean, hell, they could go out there and tweak their knee walking down the ramp. So
that's why you move that sooner. You have those ass whippings just within that first week of the WrestleMania press conference. Could you imagine the type of intensity if, say, a week after The Rock's first slap, Cody comes out there, he's in his face, whatever, slaps Rock back 1 week, not a month and a half later, 1 week after the slap. Why fucking build it up that long? I don't know. But you have Cody slapping him back 1 week. The Rock in turn gives that bloody ass whooping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fast forward 2 weeks after the initial slap. Seth Rollins comes to Cody's aid. They both get a beatdown. That right there could have triggered the night 1 tag team. Not this, month long of, oh, do you really want to wrestle me? I don't think you do. Could I? Should I? Do I? Would I? Whatever. And then give this 5-minute speech of, wrestle us night 1, and if you lose, you never. Yada. We already know what the fucking Rock said.
Right. Well, and now this might have
just
been
have it early,
They announced it last night that apparently if Roman Reigns loses to Cody Rhodes night 2, he's going to retire. Now, if you don't know anything about wrestling, Roman Reigns has in the past fought leukemia outside of wrestling. It's something very serious, something very near and dear to my heart. We have somebody in the family that's struggling with that ourselves right now. So my heart goes out to the wrestler Roman Reigns. I think Joe is his real name. But at the same time, maybe he's stepping away because he's been on top for 3 years. He's been carrying this company for 3 years. And I've said this a gazillion times. This roster can carry itself. We have the technology. I promise.
Yeah.
I mean, if Roman goes away for 6 months, just go on this journey with me. If Roman goes away for 6 months to a year, you still have Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, RKO, LA Knight. You have Chad Gable. You have Gunther. You have 7 or 8 megastars already that are right there ready to pounce. You have Bobby Lashley. Can't forget about him. You have Brock Lesnar, who at some point supposedly coming back. Sheamus is still active on their roster. So you have people that have either won championships, are close to winning championships, or are over with the crowd enough they could win a championship. Let's not forget Damian Priest. Let's not forget The Miz. Let's not forget R-Truth. As much as people don't want to admit it, I think he deserves a shot at the title. Just say it. So you have enough people there to carry the company. You have enough people there, enough megastars, enough mega power, you'd be okay. Now, am I saying I think Roman Reigns needs to go away forever? No, I'm just saying if he wants to step away, or if he feels the need to step away, he can, and the company would be fine. So I was actually on, big shout out to Mostly Football with Dylan Busby and Nate Edwards, my boys from Just Be a Dad podcast and Mostly Football. They had me on late Saturday night. It was kind of a pop-up kind of thing, and I was sitting there messing with them as I do in chat, like I do with Grumpy's, trying to get a reaction out of people. It's what I do, and it happens. And Aaron Rodgers for president 2024, just saying. But they had me on the show. They invited me on, and I feel like I need to make a correction, and I'm Bruce. I'm so sorry. I kept calling us a wrestling podcast, but I feel like we are a craft beer and a wrestling podcast. But we talk a lot of wrestling here because we both love it. Anyways, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just people are upset because Roman's still around. I'm like, he carried the company when there was nobody to carry it. He was the John Cena of this generation, if I could be so bold. Now, I don't think he carried it for as long as John Cena because he didn't need to. If he wants to step away, he can. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm super excited about WrestleMania, and I don't want to just bog down the show with just The Rock and Seth Rollins. And we have a lot to discuss. Not Seth Rollins, I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes. CM Punk is doing his thing. He is talking a lot of trash to Drew McIntyre. He is talking a lot of trash to Seth Rollins. Let's not forget, Seth Rollins still has a fight to finish against Drew McIntyre.
No.
Spoiler alert, I think Drew McIntyre wins that match. I think Seth Rollins is going to be too busy focused on Cody and The Rock and Roman Reigns, and I think that's going to kind of intertwine a little bit. Maybe CM Punk gets involved. So we'll see. Seth is another guy. He's been carrying the championship for over a year. So maybe he takes a year off. And again, I think it'd be okay. And then he would come back with open arms.
I see it more likely for Seth to take that little break. For Roman, I don't see him losing at WrestleMania. As much as I would really, really like to see this story done, I don't see Roman losing. And if he was to lose, I don't see him walking away for the simple fact that they are not going to bring someone like The Rock back for a couple months. What is it? He was teasing the return since like October, November, or something like that. We were expecting him and hoping he was going to be there for Survivor Series. Nothing. We were hoping and expecting him to be there Royal Rumble. Nothing. If Cody wins, hypothetically, say you're right. Roman loses, Roman walks away. You are right that they do have the talent and the superstars to continue on. But I really believe that if that was the case, they were going to go full steam ahead with The Rock and Cody Rhodes. Because that would be a natural pivot. If you believe a lot of the rumors that it was going to be The Rock and Roman Reigns, right? it's a natural pivot if Roman was to go, take a little break, everything else. What's The Rock going to do? Why did they bring him back just for this one thing?
Well, let's
Keep
not.
in mind, when he came back for, what was it, WrestleMania 20 and 21 or 19 and 20 against John Cena, he was gone all that time. But he didn't come back for just one match, though. They planned all that shit well in advance.
Yeah, well, if you remember, they also planned him and Jinder Mahal having a thing, and then we haven't seen or heard from Jinder Mahal since then.
Yeah, well, true.
They advertised Jinder Mahal, and where's he been? I think I've seen him once helping a tag team on SmackDown one night.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I really think that I don't think Roman is going to lose, but if I am wrong and Cody wins, I don't see anybody else other than The Rock going face to face with Cody. Trust me, with everything done and everything said, this shit does not end in just a matter of 2 months. It does not.
well, here's what you have to understand.
Even if Roman wins, The Rock is still a major player against Cody Rhodes. That right there, they have enough material at least to SummerSlam or Survivor Series with just Cody and The Rock.
I also put this little piece of information in your ear. WWE has been doing something for the last month and a half, at least that I've noticed. And it's very subtle. And sometimes you miss it if you don't pay attention. I believe it was DIY and The Miz and R-Truth and New Day, I think. They were all talking. And in the background, a dot on your screen in the background, there was one Paul Heyman and one Drew McIntyre talking.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
This is not the first time this has happened. This has happened a couple of times. About a month ago, it was Drew McIntyre and Rhea Ripley talking. So something tells me something's going on. To kind of get away from Cody Rhodes and The Rock for just a minute, there's a lot of new players being introduced with Dominic Mysterio and I just totally had a brain fart. The guy's fighting
JD McDonald?
No, he's a Mexican guy. He's fighting Rey Mysterio.
Oh, Santos
Escobar. And another guy that he's tag teaming with. My dogs are fighting again.
So it's Latino World Order. It's Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom.
Okay, there's another guy in there somewhere, and he's from NXT, and I for the life of me, I'm sorry, man, I don't know your name.
I thought that was Dragon Lee.
No, not Dragon Lee. He's a bad guy. He's a heel.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, he's been introduced not as part of the Judgment Day, but he's been seen around with the Judgment Day. So you talk about Cody Rhodes and The Rock and Roman Reigns being over in 2 months. Here's something to remember. WrestleMania is a place for, what do we always say about storytelling? It's a part of wrestling, right? WrestleMania is a correlation of a lot of stories ending at WrestleMania and new ones beginning. So I feel like they're doing a really good job of intertwining a bunch of other stories. Let's not forget, we still have Logan Paul, we still have RKO, we still have KO. We have some major players that are still around.
Oh, yeah.
Big time players that are still around. Maybe The Rock and Cody Rhodes have it all the way to SummerSlam. I don't know if this is true. This is rumored, and I heard it yesterday on April Fool's joke. So it might have been a huge April Fool's joke that went way over my head. I don't know. Apparently, it's been rumored and reported by one Dave Dumbass, if you know who I'm talking about. I know Bruce does. That not Dave Bautista, if anybody's wondering. His name is Dave Meltzer. I can't stand the guy, but that's beside the point. He's a piece of shit. It's been rumored that after the Bray Wyatt documentary was released, that Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy are expected to at least make an appearance at SummerSlam. No, I'm lying to you. Stop. He's expected to make an appearance sometime in the summer. I'm saying SummerSlam. Okay. So, again, complete rumors. I'm not saying this is true. I'm not going to say yay or nay. I don't know, but that's the rumor. And again, I heard this on April Fool's. So,
well, but that's also going back to what we've been hearing for the last several months, if not, early last year, right? Or no, when did he pass? He passed in March, right? So
there was rumors that he was going to show up at Royal Rumble too.
So I mean, it's possible.
But look, there's so much to cover and to break down here. My mind can't keep up. I'm just going to be really honest. I've got to touch on this because it involves one of my favorites. Actually, two of my favorites. Number one, I think WWE does live stuff all the time during the week, and I got to see Big E, Otis, Omos, who I have a whole new respect for as a person. I don't like the character Omos, can't stand him. Okay, but him as a person, seeing him outside of the Omos character, oh my God, he's awesome. He's funny. He's a blast. And he's in the Alpha Academy, Japanese guy. Why am I drawing a blank?
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, why am I drawing a blank? Starts with a T. Toshiba? Takazumi?
Maybe? I don't know.
I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry, man. Anyways, they were doing a live thing at a place called, I think it was Angelo's or Angelina's. It was a pizza place in Philadelphia, and they were having a competition. The little Japanese guy beat Otis, Omos, and Big E. It's awesome.
Nice.
But they were doing questionnaires and stuff. One of my questions got asked, but Otis was so ADD that he didn't answer it. He just went off into a whole nother spiel, which is totally fine. Last night, Monday Night Raw, they did a little piece. Of course, WrestleMania is where, Bruce?
Philly.
That's right. So they did a nice little piece. I love the promo packages from WWE. We all know this. I'm a sucker for a good promo package. They did a promo package of Chad Gable training Sami Zayn. And if you pay close attention, they basically took lines right out of one of the Rocky movies. It's the one where Apollo Creed is training Rocky, and Rocky says to Apollo Creed, I'm scared. I'm scared of letting down my family. I'm scared of seeing the same tears roll down my wife's face that ran down your wife's face and your children's face, blah, 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 blah. And it was a nice little montage that they did. I thought it was corny as hell, but I loved every minute of it.
I'm going to have to try and find that again. I missed it.
Dude, I'm telling you, that got me. Like, I was pumped. I was like, this is so corny, but I love it. I loved every moment of it. Because it's Chad Gable, it's Sami Zayn. I can't, even with Sami Zayn was a heel, yes, I got annoyed with him, but I love Sami Zayn. But I think that's a really fun thing that they're doing with that. And they've made Gunther, however you want to pronounce his name, such a bad heel that it's easy to hate him, but somehow I still respect him. It's weird. I can't explain it. But I'm really excited for that match. And I'm going to go on a limb here. We're going to do predictions here in a little bit, but Sami Zayn wins. I truly think Sami Zayn wins, and I hope and I pray and all that other jazz. If I have to make a circle with candles, I will. I want to see Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for an IC title. I really want to see that match. If you go back, and I've talked about it before, and I will continue talking about it because I think it's an early candidate for match of the year for 2024. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable in that gauntlet match was, it was masterful. It was, I hate this term, 5-star match. It was a 6-star match. I don't care. It was amazing, and I loved it. So I can't wait for that match, and I want to see it. I think that's night 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Gunther, yes.
So, man, there's, like I said, there's so much to talk about. My mind is going a million miles an hour because the storylines that they have, Jay and Jimmy Uso. I want to backtrack way back for a minute. Go back to The Rock and Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins on Monday night. Pay attention to what they were doing with Solo. I think if you really sit back and you think about it, and maybe I'm looking too much into this, but I think WWE is slowly starting to push Solo out to the crowd a little bit more. Because Solo was going to have a match with Seth Rollins, which he did, which got interrupted because we knew it would, because it was Bloodline rules. But I'm not a fan of Solo on the mic. I'm not. And I don't feel, as a fan, it's not fair of me to say that because he hasn't really had that opportunity, right? He's been with Roman, and he's been with Jimmy, and he's been with Jay. He's been with the Bloodline for so long that we're just so used to him being, me no talk. So we're kind of starting to see that, and I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't really like what I saw last night, but I don't want to be too harsh yet. I'm going to try really hard these next few weeks to kind of back off and just see what they do with him first before I make a full assessment of him. So far, I don't like what I see, but, and again, heel, babyface, I like both. I love Paul Heyman as a bad guy. I think he makes a great bad guy. Roman Reigns makes a decent heel. The Rock, as much as I hate to admit it, he's a good heel. So they have good heels. So I'm curious to see where they'll go with Solo. Like I said, I'm not going to give too much information out because I haven't seen enough of him on the mic. His in-ring skills are good. He reminds me of a young Umaga. He really does. I mean, he's got a lot of his moves, and that's to be expected with a guy his size. If I was a wrestler, I'd probably have a lot of the same, the spike and the Samoan drop. And so he's a good wrestler. Nothing wrong with his art form.
Who's his dad? Was it Rikishi?
It's Rikishi because he's brothers with Jimmy and Jay.
That's okay.
So Umaga was his uncle.
Okay.
So
I couldn't remember if it was Rikishi or Fatu that was his dad.
No, it's Rikishi.
And the Usos. Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm curious to see where he goes, where they go with him. Maybe he turns on the Bloodline. Never know, because he was promised a spot. Roman's
he has
spot.
A lot of potential. He really does. I think he reminds me a lot of when Roman Reigns first started too. You look at all of the superstars who started off as enforcers, great in ring skill, but the mic skill was really, really lacking. That's why Roman was never on the mic during the Shield. He was the enforcer. You look at when Chyna was around, she was the enforcer. When she got on the mic, it was almost, you kept them off the mic because it took away from the intimidating factor.
Right.
I think if you separate Sikoa from the Bloodline, that gives him more oxygen. It gives him more capability to grow into who he is. And his mic skills will do nothing but go up from there.
Right.
Being known as the enforcer in the bloodline is doing nothing for that particular part of his career.
Now, I just saw this. This is a. Okay, I know this is fake now.
Another April Fool's.
Yeah, no, this is totally not. Okay. Never mind. I'm trying to find the actual card for WrestleMania. And the card that I pulled up, and this is for Philly, keep in mind, this is night 1, Cody versus Gunther.
I have
Ripley
the card
versus...
right here if you want it.
Okay. So look, a lot of podcasts do this, and this is one of my biggest fears is being a podcaster. I don't want to bog down the whole show with predictions. I want to kind of just rifle through these if we can. If you want to take a minute to talk about a certain match, I'm good with it. I just don't want to bog down the whole show with it.
Okay.
But
I can run right through.
Night 1, what do we got?
Night 1, we got Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship.
All right. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, go. Who you got?
I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Okay. I'm going to say Becky. Only because, well, I think, spoiler alert, I think Seth loses to Drew McIntyre. So I think one of them. Yeah, I know, right? So I'm going to say Becky Lynch on that one. What you said, Rita, right?
I see, yeah.
Okay. All right, what's next?
Gunther and Sami Zayn.
Gunther, Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn wins that one.
I think Gunther.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yikes. All right. Okay. What else we got?
All right. So this is very small, so bear with me because I don't have my glasses on. Enlarge this. All right. We got the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed tag team titles. You got Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
Yep.
Against DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Gotcha.
The Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth. New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods.
Ooh.
A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Okay.
And New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Ugh. Okay. Who you got?
I would say it's a toss-up. I really think either Awesome Truth or A-Town Down Under.
Okay, I'm with you on Awesome Truth because I got to go R-Truth. He's my boy. We all know that. I think the one to look out for is DIY, just because they are NXT. They're coming up. They're kind of doing their thing, and I think they've kind of been pushing them a little bit more. I would not be surprised if it was New Day. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Awesome Truth. What you got next?
Okay. Split. So real quick, I'm reading this. It says the match will end after both titles under the Undisputed Championship banner with, Raw and SmackDown. The match will end after both titles have been retrieved, making it possible for the titles to split between two teams.
Oh, wow.
So it is possible we see the split of the tag team championship just like they did with the Undisputed.
Okay. All right.
We could have two winners.
Okay. All right.
So, okay. So you figure Awesome Truth, but you're going more for DIY.
Yep.
Okay. I'm hoping Awesome Truth. I think A-Town Down Under for some odd weird reason. I think the push that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are getting, it's going up.
Okay. Fair enough.
Uso versus Uso.
Mm-hmm.
I say Uso wins.
Yes, Uso will win. You know what? I got to do it. I maybe I'm just feeling I'm feeling too good about this WrestleMania, but I got to go Yeet, man. It's Yeet versus no Yeet. I got to go Yeet.
Yeah, this is the first one that we agree on. I say Jay.
Okay.
All right, 6-woman tag team match. You have Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Cargill, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Naomi versus Damage Control of Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
Just because Jade's with them, I'm gonna say Naomi, Jade. I think Damage Control loses this one.
Okay, yeah, same.
Okay.
Tag team match between Latino World Order and Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom.
I can't stand Escobar. I can't stand Dirty Tom, so I'm going with Rey Mysterio.
I'm thinking Dirty Dom pulls this off. Dirty Dom and Santos.
Okay. All right.
And then of course you've got Bloodline versus Seth and Cody.
I think Bloodline wins.
I think so too.
Okay.
All right. Night 2. You've already said you think Rollins loses to McIntyre.
Right.
I think he wins.
Ooh, okay. All right. I respect
Rollins
it.
keeps it.
I respect it.
Io Sky versus Bailey.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Look.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Give me hugs. Hugs. I got to say Bailey. I think her winning the Royal Rumble, there's too many variations there. And I think she pulls it off. What is up, Dylan Busby, man? How you doing? In the house, host of Mostly Football. Check them out. Facebook, I think they're on YouTube. I could be wrong. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you for having me on the show. It was great seeing you guys. It was great being a part of that. But yeah, man, I gotta go Bailey with this one. And in the back of my mind, I think she could lose. I mean, obviously she could lose, right? But I think she's just got too much of a push right now. She's got too much momentum going into WrestleMania. So give me Bailey.
Okay. I'm hoping Bailey. I say Bailey. But then again, we've already seen what happens when people have a lot of momentum. They still end up losing WrestleMania.
Yep.
LA Knight, AJ Styles.
This one's tough. I like both guys. Now, I'm not as big on AJ Styles as I am LA Knight. However, I respect AJ Styles a lot. I really do. You look at what he's done since he's come back. He's bigger. His mic skills have improved tremendously. I feel like at times he can be a little bit over the top, even for wrestling. So in that sense, he's kind of like a DDP, I guess. Is the closest I can kind of gauge that to. But I gotta go LA Knight, man. I feel like he's too much of a megastar, and I almost feel like it would be an injustice to LA Knight if he lost at WrestleMania.
Okay. I'm thinking LA Knight too.
And here's my other reason for that. LA Knight's known for putting people over. Look what he did for Undertaker in his last match when they had the Boneyard match. So with all those variations, I just see LA Knight coming out on top.
Okay. Triple threat for the U.S. title. You got Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens.
Oh, man. I respect Logan Paul and what he does. I love Randy Orton. Love me some KO. I really do. Fight Owens, fight. I'm going to go with the obvious choice. And in the back of my mind, I think I'm wrong. And just know that up front. I think I'm wrong, but I'm going to say RKO.
I hate to say it, but I think Logan Paul retains.
Okay, I can respect that.
I think it's gonna be a dirty win, just like all of his other wins.
Right.
He's slow. In my opinion, he's slowly getting up there with the kind of heat that Dirty Dom has, and all it takes is more brass knuckles, and he's up there.
His entourage interfering somehow.
Yeah. So this is one that they just added, I believe, last night. The 6-man Philadelphia street fight between the Pride, which is Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford. Basically the fucking
Street Profits.
Street Profits, thank you. And the Final Testament, where the fuck they came up with that name. Karen Cross, Cam, and Resnar, whoever the hell they are.
Give me the Street Profits, man, and I'll tell you why. They've had a string of bad luck, and they've been putting tag team over after tag team over. One of them's married or engaged to, I believe, Bianca Belair.
Ford. Yep.
Yep. So give me the Street Profits because I feel like they deserve a win.
Okay.
And I'm going. This is the wrestling fan in me. I'm going strictly off of feel good right now, and I think the Street Profits deserve it. So give me them.
Okay. And main event: Reigns Rhodes.
All right, real quick before I answer that, Dylan Busby in the house. If LA Knight teams up with Malibu Knight, they could be called the Hollywood Knights. I love it. That's awesome. So I already said that Bloodline wins night 1, so that would put night 2 Bloodline rules, right? We know there's going to be interference some way, somehow. Cody pulls this off, and I announced this on Mostly Football on Saturday night, and I've been saying this for a while. I feel like it's Cody's due, not just due for it, and not just that he deserves it, but I feel like almost at this point they have to. Because are you really going to have Bloodline carry on for another year going into another WrestleMania? And also, let's not forget the stipulation. There's 2 stipulations here. If Roman Reigns loses, he says he's done. He'll walk away. Also, if Cody Rhodes loses, he will never, ever get another shot at the title. I think somehow, some way, maybe Triple H gets involved in this and overturns a ruling. Maybe bans Bloodline. Something happens there. Something to keep your eye out for. Something to keep in the back of your mind. I think Cody finishes his story night 2.
I think Roman wins.
Ooh, man, that's hot take. All right.
I have an epiphany. Looking over this and kind of mulling it over, I would not be a bit surprised. What did I say earlier about they're not bringing The Rock back just for 2 months and then they're done with him? He's going to stick around. They have this heated rivalry with him and Cody that could basically transcend what both of them have done already. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be a bit surprised. Roman Reigns wins. You continue on a few, just like you did after WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes went straight into a feud with Brock Lesnar and then a couple of other people, earning his spot back to the title.
Yeah, but that means you would have Cody Rhodes winning a 3rd Royal Rumble.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You have Roman wins. You immediately start up that rivalry between The Rock and Cody Rhodes. And at some point between maybe now and the summer, you get the culmination of the feud. Be like, all right, if I beat you now, I earn a title shot. Like, whatever, right? Cody wins that match. That ends that feud. That gives him another opportunity at the title.
Okay.
Whether it's Royal Rumble, WrestleMania 41, Survivor Series, whatever. But they are not going to have Roman Reigns lose that title before he surpasses Hulk Hogan's title reign.
Now,
not after everything they've invested.
Keep in mind, WWE does a great job of making people remember things and forgetting them. Understand that. There's been small, minute hints throughout all of this about The Rock feeling disrespected. He hasn't come out and said it, but you could see it by the look on his face, by the story they're telling. Roman Reigns making The Rock acknowledge him as his tribal chief. Talking about a final boss, talking about being on the board of TKO. And I think what might happen or what could happen Not saying this will happen, just saying could happen. That maybe The Rock turns on Roman Reigns because he felt so disrespected during the match that night 2 he comes out and he helps Cody. He earns the respect from The Rock and helps Cody win. So there's and man, that's the great thing about this storytelling and wrestling is we could sit here and do what ifs all night long. There's a million different ways they can go with this. Triple H is a wild card. Damian Priest still has the money in the bank. He could cash in at any time he wants.
I got one for you. Hypothetically, say the rumors are true that The Rock will eventually turn on Roman Reigns. He'll become babyface. Who's to say? Oh, all right, so follow me on this road. Roman Reigns still wins. The Rock may feel disrespected, whatever. He turns babyface, helps Rhodes, but it's still not enough. Roman Reigns retains. Okay. Who's to say they don't put up a triple threat match between Cody, The Rock, and Roman Reigns sometime around SummerSlam?
It could happen. Very well could happen.
And then that way you end the family rivalry between The Rock and Roman. You end the story between Roman and Cody becomes champion.
Very well could be. Real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut all this short, but I want to say this while it's fresh in my mind. I've been asked this a couple of times by a few different people. I think Dylan was one of them. Are we going to be live? Night 1 is up in the air. I don't know what Bruce has going on. I hadn't asked him yet. We hadn't really talked about it. Also 6 years yesterday, me and the wifey and there celebrated our 6-year anniversary of being together.
Nice.
Our anniversary is April 1st. So I do have to go out and celebrate Saturday. So night 1's up in the air. If we'll be live or if I do a pop-up stream. And I'm not trying to step on your toes, but I wanted to say this before I came on the show. I totally forgot. So apologies, man. But I might do a pop-up stream night 1. If you can join me, great. If not, no sweat. Don't worry about it. It's not no bad blood there. Night 2, I plan on going live at least for the Cody versus Roman match. I might go on live earlier, but I plan to at least go live for that match for sure. So to anybody that's listening, watching this, night 1's up in the air. It's a 50-50 shot. Night 2, I will be live for sure for Cody versus Roman. Keep those notifications on in case we decide to go live for the whole thing, half the thing, who knows. But I want to get a live reaction for when Cody defeats Roman. Just saying.
All right, sounds good. I mean, hell, if you just let me know, and I'll be there.
While we're on wrestling and Wrestlemania and all that jazz, I was picked up something for a special day that I had not too long ago.
There's medicine for that.
That. So I want to give my honest review on this. I don't really have a lot of friends that have Xboxes anymore. Most everybody's on PC, so I don't have anybody to play with. But I picked up 2K24. And I got to say, the graphics are phenomenal. The entrances are amazing. I went and righted some wrongs. Otis is now the undisputed champion. Chad Gable is now the Intercontinental champion. KO and Sami Zayn are the tag team champions. Bayley has both women's championship belts. So I righted some wrongs on my end, okay?
So why Otis? Why is Otis the undisputed? I thought Chad was your boy.
Otis is too, man. I just felt like, Otis needed a little bit of extra love. He's a big man. He needs that extra love, a little extra.
I gotcha.
Cushion for the pushing, baby. So, he needs a big belt to keep them pants up. So, I love everything about this game. I'm a casual gamer. I don't play very often, but when I do play, I have a blast. The career mode is really hard. You have to do certain things during the career mode, like get your opponent into the corner and do a certain grapple, or you have to perform a certain move at a certain time. So there are some things about it I'm not real big on. I've rage quit this game twice. Just saying. I've uninstalled it twice. Just saying. But overall, I like the game. I really do. I enjoy it. When I'm bored sitting around the house, I play it. It's fun. So
I still have that code for you, man.
okay.
So
But
you want it.
There's a lot of DLCs coming out, which I'm not going to get all of them. There's a few wrestlers that I do want. I just have to figure out which ones I want, which ones I don't want, which DLCs I'm going to get. The Undertaker is not unlocked. You have to unlock the Undertaker and Kane. Fun fact, if you
Really?
pick up this copy with Cody Rhodes on it, Kevin Nash is a playable character.
What?
Mm-hmm.
They make Kevin Nash playable, but you have to unlock Undertaker.
And Kane.
Okay.
So
all right.
There's a lot of good with it, a lot of bad with it. It's a matter of, why are you playing this? Are you playing it because you're a wrestling fan? Are you playing it because all your friends are playing it? So if I'm going to judge it on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 7. I think there's room for improvement, but I think that, for what it is, it's great. I don't do the online play. That's not my gig. That's not my thing. That's not my jam. Like I said, I play this by myself when I'm just bored sitting around and I want to see Otis win a championship. So,
hell,
reviews.
I still play 2K22.
So reviews for tonight's beer: Golden Road Brewing, Mango Cart, Mango Wheat Ale. Wow, I'm shocked at this. I really am, in a good way. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Really? Okay.
Really good beer. Really smooth. A lot of flavor to it, but very smooth. Love it. 903 Brewing. I've been very critical of 903.
Yes, you have.
I have. I haven't really found anything that's been my jam, but 4.25.
Okay.
So not the best beer I've ever had, but not the worst. It's would I drink it again? Maybe on draft. I don't know if I'd buy it in a can, but it's not bad. I didn't mind it. First couple of sips kind of take you by surprise. Both beers I had tonight were a sour. Not a surprise there. I'm a sour guy. That's my jam. That's my gig. But overall, not too bad, man. I really enjoyed both these beers. So cheers.
Nice.
You got anything else, man?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Well, it's been a fun show. It's good to be back. It's good to see you guys. Like I said, Saturday night's kind of up in the air for me. I don't know if we'll go live or not. If so, it'll be kind of a last minute surprise kind of thing. Sunday I will be live. Yes, sir.
That you just got me thinking. We never covered who you thought would be the surprise cameos.
Oh,
There is always a surprise match or surprise run-in, someone coming in that you never. Stone Cold Steve Austin against Kevin Owens that one time, Pat McAfee stunning people.
well, we knew the Stone Cold KO thing was going to happen. Then they announced it.
Well, right, but so who do you think has potential of coming in, whether it's for a match or just to make an appearance?
I have 2, possibly 3, and the third one will not be a match. I think 2 that you'll see a cameo for, possibly Stone Cold, possibly John Cena. He has been rumored, not confirmed, rumored to be in the back over the last couple of shows talking to talent. So I think he might make an appearance. Hulk Hogan has been rumored.
Damn, you stole my name. I was going to say him.
There is a 4th who is going to have his one-man show Q&A, which is The Undertaker. No, I don't think he's going to be in a match. but he could, with this being the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I don't know how you have WrestleMania without The Undertaker. So I think we could possibly see him. Little Wayne is dropping a brand new song at WrestleMania. So that was announced last night on Monday Night Raw. So there's a lot of potential there. I know Brock Lesnar's name's been brought up. Oh gosh, why am I just now drawing a blank? Steiner's son. I always forget his name.
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker has been rumored to clash with Brock Lesnar. So we could possibly, maybe potentially see a match there. So, like I said, Saturday, possible pop-up show. It's still up in the air. Sunday, I will be live at least for the Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match.
Cool.
So, you got anything else, man?
Nope.
All right, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's been fun. It's been real. I have to poop. Peace.
Deuce.
Beans don't belong in chili. Bye.